But are you affected in any way of what happens to the fact that instead of the rawhide, majorly coming from the northern part of the country, getting to the pots of soup in restaurants in Buka and what have you, other than ending up with the tanneries and all that?
I don't think it's that serious.
It's not as serious.
I don't think it is. But yes, there's a lot of leather being produced in the north, in Kano, in Sokoto. We have about 4 or 5 major tanneries out there. But unfortunately, for economic reasons, I believe, a lot of the leather is exported 100%. And that's because the outside world, the first world, have the financial capacity to buy it in the volumes that they're interested in selling at. We are smaller consumers, so we probably don't feature in their books at all. But I think that is something that can be changed. I think that there are a lot of designers out there, and when I say designers, consumers of the leather product, and when I say consumers, not eating, not
into finished items,
transform them into
handbags, shoes.
In the past few years,
sandals.
Absolutely, there's so much, and even in Aba, it's incredible. Over 150,000 artisans, men and women, are working in their small shops. Hard-working people, producing different items, small leather goods, bags, belts, shoes, every single day. So there's really a lot out there.
Do you think we need more tanneries? Or where in the value vein do you think we should do to soak in more of the raw materials that the foreign countries are picking up for cheap?
Yes.
In Kano, Kaduna, wherever?
That's a good question. I never thought of that, because Nigeria used to have over 30 tanneries in the north. In fact, I think there was one in Ota many years back. But of course, there's been a decline, as with everything else, unfortunately. I don't know if it's quite the number of tanneries that's going to solve the problem, or the quality, because what I'm trying to say is we have about 5 working tanneries now doing good leather. And Nigerian good skin, for example, is one of the very best in the entire world. So there's a lot of potential. Now, if a few more tanneries came up, they would then serve the local. I think that there is a possibility that they could serve the local consumer like ourselves. I think that's where we need to get to. We need to put in their hands the proper infrastructure so that they can also take it to a stage where the European or the American or the Italian will take that hide, once it's become crossed, and make it usable to for a product.
Those who do conferences and seminars and exhibitions most of the time are basically those in the fashion world, and more of about the clothing, so less about the leathers and whether they're handbags or shoes. So do you think putting an exhibition or a conference, whatever, together would bring government's attention to this particular subsector, bring more investors in, and perhaps open up those who are banks, for example, that you would probably like to approach and expand your business? Perhaps you want to build a tannery yourself.
How did you get?
Okay, I can read your mind.
No, I think that the fair that we have created, which is called the Lagos Leather Fair, has created a lot of awareness. There's been a lot of energy around this event, and it has been a big eye-opener, even for us as practitioners within that sector, because we did not realize that there were so many, even in the Southwest, so many designers of leather products. So we have, coming to the exhibition, we have handbags, we have footwear, we have jewelry, we have apparel, and we have some and small leather goods. And so I think that a lot of work needs to be done within this ecosystem. It just needs to be developed. Once we have the infrastructure in place, because one of the problems is lack of skilled manpower. Yes, I have said that there are hundreds of thousands of artisans working in Aba, but they don't have the right skill sets. So we just need to take them up a notch or two, and then start thinking about export, for example, because nobody's going to take our leather goods if they're not well finished, and we need to get to that stage where we can achieve excellence. You know, so I think that this fair is going to do that. It's creating a lot of awareness. It's, like I said, it's opened my eyes to the fact that there's so many people out there. And what we need, I think also that people are taking notice. We've got a lot of calls from all over Nigeria asking us. In fact, the Emir of Kano is meant to declare the fair open. So he also took interest. The Minister of State for Trade, Investment and Trade and Investment is also very interested. So I know that this is something that it is a solution-based platform. It is a conversation that needs to happen. And I believe that after this, government will take notice, and there will be relevant interventions put in place.
They'll notice you.
Yes.
I notice all of you there. In terms of products, what really moves the market, male or female? He created them.
What do you mean?
In terms of leather products, who moves the market? Leather bags for men or for women?
I'm sure you know the answer to that.
I'm sure I know the answer. I just have to ask. Yes. I just have to ask.
Yeah.
Are you impacted by what is going on in the economy? The usual problems?
Definitely. Because in my industry, a lot of accessories, for example, that we use are imported, and we've definitely been affected by the foreign exchange problems. Yes, but again, what that has done is make us re-strategize. You know, for example, there's a particular bag that I make, and we use a lot of rings, brushed brass rings. And I started asking myself, okay, instead of using those rings, is there a way I can just use the plain leather without having to bring in rings and spend foreign exchange? You know, so it's really helping everybody to think inwards and re-strategize, really.
Maybe
there's a lot of backward integrations going on. Well, there's a lot of talk. Backward integration.
Maybe you're going to have an opportunity to give Godwin Emefiele, the central bank governor, a handshake one of these days.
I look forward.
Perhaps thank you very much for helping me and the rest of us to look inwards.
Yes.
Thank you very much, and a safe trip back to Ibadan. Of course, you're still in Lagos for the fair.
Yes.
That's okay. Maybe I'll look in and see some of the made in Nigeria handbags.
Lots to see. Thank you.
Thank you very much. From My World of Bags, Yemi Olayebi. We'll be back after the break. Back to the markets.